What is going on, all you Minties? This is the Uncanny Omar from Near Mint Condition. And better late than never, this is my haul for the month of July of 2020. So please stay tuned. Okay, let's get started. I'm still waiting on 3 packages. Some of them have a lot of my Omnis, and it's one of these things with everything going on here in the United States with the Postal Service. The last time one of them was scanned was over a month ago, so I don't know what's going to happen. But remaining optimistic, and we'll see. So anybody out there waiting on packages for books or whatever, just be patient. I'm sure they will come. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's look at some of these books that I got. It may look like a heavy manga month. I almost said manga load. Didn't want to go down that rabbit hole of insults later on. But anyway, I ended up buying just a bunch of sets from a really good viewer of the channel, Chris Zimmerman. So thank you very much. He actually sent me a gift too. So we'll look at that here in a second. But let's start it with this book right here. I went to hang out with my brother, and I got to looking at his bookshelf, and I was like, damn it, those Full Metal Alchemist hardcovers look really nice. I realized that they're only 1.5. They're not 2 volumes in one. So, what is there, 27 volumes of Full Metal Alchemist, meaning there's probably going to be 16 volumes of this, if not 17. But, they look really nice. I like the build of them, and the price is actually fair enough, even though I already have the 27 volumes of the original Full Metal Alchemist. But I like the paper quality, and I love the fact that, it's one of my favorite manga, I swear. My top 20 most favorite manga is still coming. So I figured I'd own it in the best way possible. And it has the color pages. I'm such a weak bitch, I swear. Speaking of weak and upgrading, you already have seen the video that the Astonishing Melanie did with Berserk Volume 5. And I did with the Hellsing Deluxe Edition. Wonder Maddie was the reason I picked this up. And I'm so glad she suggested this. This is a first-second book. And this is called Snapdragon. We did an old reader, new reader on it. And it's one of my top 10 books I've read this year. I love this book. This and Upgrade Soul have been some of my favorite books I have read so far. So it's about a little girl that is trying to figure out and befriend this witch in town. She's going through her own issues. She has a little friend that's going through some changes as well. And it's about growing up. It's about, never mind. I don't want to spoil it for you. There may or may not be actual witchcraft in here, but I fell in love with this book so much. I thought it was perfect, and it's all in one. So it's from First Second, and it is called Snapdragon, just showcasing a little more of this artwork. And the little girl's name is Snapdragon, by the way. We'll go back and forth between manga and Western comics. So here we have House of Five Leaves. I was a big fan of the anime. I believe Nippon Ichi released it here in America. And then Viz did this series, the manga series. There's only 8 volumes, and I got all 8 of them. I know some of are out of print, but they're still pretty easy to find. So it's Natsume Ono. And this takes place during the Edo time period. But I really like her artwork. I like the way that she draws. I like her panel layouts. I like her character designs. And like I said, I really liked the anime. Although I can't remember exactly what happened. I think he's just a sword for hire that gets hired by a group of people that he probably shouldn't be working for. So he has second doubts about these people. It's been a long time. Because I remember reviewing that. It's been about a decade because I reviewed that anime. That was one of the last anime I reviewed for a magazine. So, House of Five Leaves, all 8 volumes. Here's one that my oldest daughter was telling me about, and this is The Ancient Magus Bride. So, I got the first 10 volumes. I think it's still ongoing if I'm not mistaken. It's about an immortal wizard, and I guess his protege. I don't know. I don't know much about this, but I really like the art. This one is by 7 Seas. It was brought over here by 7 Seas. And like I said, got the first 10 volumes of this. Astonishing X-Men Companion. So why did I get this companion? Well, because this is the only place where you can find issues of XMen Unlimited Volume 2. XMen Unlimited was a series that first appeared in the 90s, in about the mid-90s, and it was supposed to be an anthology collection, but then they pretty much just made it an oversized issue. And then it came back. It got canceled and it came back. And then this finishes out that complete series of Volume 2. So this collects issues 2 through 14 of that. It's got artwork by Mark Brooks. It's got Scotty Young, just to name a few artists that worked on this. There's a weird pre-Matthew Malloy story in here. And if you know that Bendis character, Matthew Malloy, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But the other cool thing about this is that it collects... There's the Scotty Young drawings right here. It also collects the giant-sized stories that were originally supposed to be drawn by Dave Cockrum, but unfortunately Dave Cockrum got sick and eventually passed away. But it was drawn by Neil Adams, written by Joss Whedon, both giant size 3 and 4. And then 4 was drawn by Rick Leonardi. But like I was saying, none of this has been collected before. Volume 1 was in the New X-Men Companion. I'm sorry, issue 1 was in the New X-Men Companion, and then this collects the rest of those issues from Volume 2, and I've always loved that cover. Shout out to my buddy Kyle. When I was doing my overviews of DC events, I mentioned that my brother had my day at Judgement, and then when I called my brother later on, my brother was like, "Oh man, I haven't seen that in a while. Sorry about that." So my buddy Kyle hooked me up with a copy. This is Day of Judgment. It is Jeff Johns. It is Matt Smith is the artist on this book. And it is the big event that happened, I want to say like in 90... When was this? 98, I believe. So you'll see a lot of the things, well, some things that show up later on in his Blackest Night and in his Green Lantern run. My final volume of Tsubasa that I was missing. Yes. Oh, look at all those yellowed pages. Who cares? I was missing this one. Now I've got the complete set. Now there's going to be a box set, I'm sure, or nice hardcovers of this release. So I also picked up the almost complete set of Pandora Hearts. No idea what this is about. I just, Chris hooked me up with a really good deal on the, like I said, almost whole set. And I really like the covers, and now I need to go and find volume 23. But here is some of volume 1, and then here's some artwork from volume 10. I know there is a box set of this, and actually he sent me a odds and ends art book. Look at that. And the later volumes look like they're a little bit thicker, especially volume 24. And yes, I need to find volume 23. But this one looks a little bit thicker. Just need to get some time to read all this now. So this looks like a collection of just miscellaneous art. Wait a minute, I remember. Yeah, Nippon Ichi released this in a Blu-ray set too, so there was an anime of this. This is beautiful. Man, that is so cool. Okay, cool. So maybe this is some of the manga, some of the anime. Y'all know I love art books, and so did my boy Chris, so that is awesome. That's right, I love art books so much, I picked this up. This is Udon's hardcover, the Breath of Ire official complete works, going through the different years of the video game. The Capcom, I think it was Capcom's first RPG, and that is Breath of Fire. It was out on the Super Nintendo, at least 1 and 2. 3 was on the 3 and 4 were on PlayStation 1, and then 5 was on the PlayStation 2. There were remakes like on the Game Boy, on the PSP, and I don't know if they've ever released them digitally, but y'all know I love art books. So, yeah, I love that the main characters, there's always Ryu and Nina are the main characters in every, Nina, bam, are always the main characters in each one of these, no matter what reincarnation. So there's always, let's see, sketches, concept art. Look how different 5 looked. I know a lot of people did not like the way 5 looked, and even the way Nina looked, but see, there's Ryu. So yes, Chris got me this awesome Avengers art of book, because he knows I like these art of books, and this is the art of the movie, the cinematic universe of Avengers. So I had Endgame and then Infinity War. I need to get Age of Ultron, but anyway, you have original concept art here, behind the scenes, storyboards, and like I said, sketches, different armor designs, because I forgot Adi Granov did the armor designs at first for Iron Man. And then some things, of course, that didn't make it into the movie. Here is the latest Batman Deluxe Edition hardcover, Volume 5, the ongoing Tom King series. This one features a lot of the Penguin, and it's got artwork by, oh my gosh, the guy that can make everybody look super sexy, Mikel Janin, and Tony Daniels as well. So, got appearances by my boy John Constantine there. And I can't flip too much through here because this is how I've been reading them. So I can't go all the way to the end. And I realize that Tom King's Batman is one of those that's hit or miss. Me, I'm sort of in the middle. I really did not like the first 6 issues. The second 6 issues really just grabbed me and I wanted more. And, and then it kind of reminds me of Grant Morrison's new X-Men. Like, I know Grant Morrison's new X-Men to me, the way I describe it, much like his JLA, was a roller coaster. It's got its ups and downs, and that's the way I feel about Tom King's Batman. So this collects issues 58 through 69. I had to skip some pages because that was a spoiler there. I think there's even a crossover here because Joshua Williamson writes some of this stuff. So yeah, there's a crossover with Flash through these pages. It feels like I've been waiting ages for this book. Transformers Volume 11. It's finally here. My daughter and I can now go and read the adventures of our favorite characters from the Lost Light. So this collects the Silent Night, which I think is the Christmas Story, Redemption, Transformers 46 through 50, if I'm not mistaken, More Than Meets the Eye 50 through 55, and the one-shots New World Order, No Guns, No Swords, No Briefcases. Yeah, this was the Christmas special. And you've got the talents of John Barber and James Roberts on writing. And this beautiful artwork. You all know how much I love Phase 2 of Transformers, and I hope they continue this. So I think we have one more, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe they can push it to 2 before they can kick off and do a Phase 3. And I hope they continue it. But I'm a big fan of this Phase 2. So this is Phase 2, Volume 11. And the last series, the last manga series here, is Mao, Juvenile Remakes. This is all 10 issues, or 10 volumes rather. No idea what this is about. I just went on it based on the artwork. And because, yeah, I got this lot from Chris as well, so we worked out a deal for all this. And I was like, alright, throw it in. And he was kind enough to make me a good deal. I do like the covers, though. So, this is from Biz. Yeah, Biz. So if you've read this, let me know in the comments down below, as I have not yet. So this is one of the books that I was really looking forward to getting. This is the 30th anniversary of Predator, and I waited a month to finally get it. I finally came in, and then I noticed there's a huge nick right there. Son of a bitch. Like, I was so mad, and I know it's first world problems, but damn, like, did somebody just take a hole puncher? Like, what happened? But anyway, this is Predator, the original comic series. It's reprinting it in its 30th anniversary. I had to bite because of the hype. These books are getting more and more scarce because they're going out of print, because the rights reverted back to Marvel. Nobody knows what Marvel's going to do with Predator and Aliens yet. But, yeah, I was like, okay, I'm in. I got to get these books. And, of course, I waited and waited. And I think right now it's just out of stock and might get another printing later on. But this is the Predator series, and it's the 30th anniversary. And I also got my buddy Jess sent me Alien vs. Predator. This is the follow-up. So this is the 30th anniversary. Like how they look together. By the way, I don't know if you could tell, but the pages have this nice little gloss to them. It's like a golden red. Oh, they look so nice. The paper quality on both this and the Predator 30th anniversary. This one came fine, by the way. Is this thick matte paper. So, I mean, really thick. It looks like the library editions for, like, what was it? Harrow County. That's what it feels like. And these are, just as tall as those. But I decided to get them. I know they've released Aliens like this, too. And some of those are almost impossible to find. So here we have Aliens versus Predator, the original comic series. when I was doing my event order of DC, I realized that I had an old copy. I mean, it was an old-ass copy of the trade paperback of Cosmic Odyssey. And I was at a comic book shop. They were only letting, like, at the time when I went, they were only letting, like, 3 people in at a time. And I went randomly on a Sunday afternoon, and nobody was in there. So I was like, you know what? They have the deluxe edition, and it's out of print. I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade it. Support my local comic book shop, even though it's about an hour away. But this is Cosmic Odyssey. It's Jim Starlin. It is Mike Mignola. I don't know if any of you have read it. I really like this book. It's gorgeous, and even the deluxe edition has this really thick paper. It just really reminds me of Aliens vs. Predator because of it's matte, it's non-glossy, so it looks really good. Mignola, even back then, Mignola was killing it on art. But this is one of the events in the 80s, and it is Cosmic Odyssey. And I forgot, Steve Oliff. Steve Oliff did the freaking colors. That's why they look so freaking stunning to this day. And last, but certainly not least, even though it looks a lot different than my Volume 1, is House of Mystery, The Bronze Age, Volume 2. This is a gorgeous collection. I love the bookend pages, like all those different characters. This one has Cain, because of course House of Mystery had Cain, and House of Secrets had Abel. And here's all the stories collected in here. One of the things sometimes that I find interesting is like when it's written by, sometimes it says unknown, sometimes the artist is unknown, and I find that interesting in both and sad. There's a nice foreword by Paul Levitz. Yeah, so this is one that I've already started reading because I've been waiting forever for this. Most of the covers and intros are done by the phenomenal Bernie Wrightson. And honestly, there's yeah, right here we have some Bernard Bailey artwork in here. And actually Paul Levitz talks about that in his intro. How during the time that they were doing this, he was running a printer shop. So Bernard Bailey was the guy that did artwork in Action Comics #1. So after 30 years of not drawing comics, they asked him to return to do artwork in here, and that's what he was doing. He was doing art in here. And Paul Levitt's intro is freaking awesome because you get a lot of behind the scenes. Sergio Aragones does some artwork in here, but he talks about the time when they were outsourcing a lot of the artwork to the Philippines, right? And then the change in price, the change in the format, how it went from like 60 pages to 20 pages to back to an anthology series. So it's really interesting. I love the behind the scenes on all these type of books. You all know I go on about Conan for days about Roy Thomas's intros. So I wish they would do that more often. I wish they would get like the original editors or assistant to the editor to come in and do the intros. But here is the wonderful House of Mystery Volume 2, collecting issues 201 to 226 of this Bronze Age. Yep, sometimes, you know, I break my own rules about no DC before Crisis on Infinite Earths. These books well deserve it. Now, you can purchase most of these books from our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online home for brand new graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off the cover price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on packaging your books so they arrive safely and in excellent condition, as well as prompt and helpful service. And check out their bargain bin for even greater deals up to 90% off cover price. And for you Minties, Cheap Graphic Novels is running a special promotion. If you're a first-time customer, let them know you were referred by Near Mint Condition at the checkout, and you'll receive a credit for free shipping on your next order. Now, this is only for U.S. customers. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discounts, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. And that was most of my haul. Yeah, I'm still waiting on some books, so knock on wood, I hope they come sometime soon, and I'll put them in my August haul. Let me know what you all got back, you know, in July, when these books were supposed to come, and what books you look forward to in August. Please don't forget to hit that like button and the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. Thank you again to all of you for watching, and remember to stay healthy and stay safe out there, and much love to all of you.